Hello everyone, this is Father of the Everchosen, back again for week 3 and the last week of March. We are going to be jumping into quick battles again as the dwarves. So while we're looking for a match, we got to remember to check the battle map, make sure that it is primed for either stalking units or artillery units, or what position I'm going to take, whether it be on the bottom of a hill, top of the hill. And we have to remember to make smart choices and not risk. Alright, let's jump into that again. So probably won't be taking things like Iron Drakes or the Troll Hammer Torpedoes, just not very proficient with using those, but definitely taking things like a Runesmith or Gyrocopters. Alright, and just like the previous 2 videos, we will be doing 2 battles, trying to keep this right around a half hour. So grab that Runesmith, no Forge Fire. We'll be going up against, looks like, Norska. The Hammer of Characterize, I'm assuming he will be bringing things like Mammoths or the Skin Wolves for the armor piercing. So I think taking somebody like... Right, let's try one more time. Alright. Dwarves. Runesmith. Hopefully this will stick. Let's see, Grombrindle. Taking it for this flash bomb effect. We'll take the Rune Axe of Grombrindle and the Rune Helm of Zufbar. Actually, I don't think the Rune Helm of Zufbar would be necessary. That plus 12 leadership for an already heavy leadership army, I don't think is necessary. We'll take a unit of Slayers, 2 Longbeards. I think the Miners with blasting charges were a good pick, just to keep on the flanks. Grab 2 Dwarf Warriors. Grab Norgrimling's Ironbreakers, just for a nice, strong center unit. Take the Gyrocopters with Brimstone Guns. Hopefully, if they bring something like a Hydra, a Dragon, even a Scourge Runner Chariot, the anti-large should be beneficial. Check that map. Pretty open. Should be able to take something like 2 cannons. And with the remaining funds, probably just get a Quarreler or let's see. Let's see if I can shave off enough to get, I don't know. This will be interesting. Probably won't have as many ranged options as I would like, but increase those ranks on those guys. And that's everything. So we'll jump into this and hopefully walk away with a W. I know that the Dark Elves are one of the best multiplayer factions in the game, and have been for a considerable amount of time. But we'll hopefully be able to either walk away with a victory or learn something that I can take into the last battle as the dwarves for this month. And as I said in pretty much every video, I'm thinking the Empire will be played throughout the month of April. I think sticking to probably the dwarves this month, the Empire, and then maybe 2 other factions, so that throughout the course of the year I will be able to play those 4 factions 3 times, and each time we revisit them, hopefully not only will my skills in micromanagement and just in general army composition picks improve, hopefully I'll remember what it takes to really play the faction well, and hopefully my multiplayer rank will rise and, you know, get on the scene as somebody who's at least a competent player. And when future Total War games come out, even beyond the scope of the Warhammer Total War games, hopefully I will be able to take what I've learned in this game and apply it to any others. Alright, so actually a pretty wonderful map. Slap these cannons right on this hill, give them a nice arc of fire over the top of my units. Spread out the line. And hopefully we will be able to walk away with a pretty good win. The map definitely, I think, favors us. And we'll keep both of them off to the side. Brumbrindle, Runesmith, and put those Slayers there. And start the battle. Alright, as far as I can tell, nothing is Vanguard deployed. They appear to have a pretty non-elite force, but something tells me that they have to have some units hidden somewhere, because that army does not seem nearly powerful enough. They've got Marathi back here on foot. Just some Dark Shards with shields. Yeah, it's saying they definitely got more troops somewhere. Where they are? Ah, there they are. They've got shades. Alright, cannons racking up some pretty decent kills. I'm hopefully able to pick off enough high value targets by the time they get close enough. I still don't see anything like a cavalry force or anything, which I don't think they're going to have. I think it will just be the Shades for their armor-piercing missiles, which, not a bad choice, but everything I have has shields, which will definitely mitigate the damage. I guess I probably should commit the front line into moving. We'll have a nice little bombing run here. Both pretty good. Perfect. And again, I don't think probably still not going the best that this could be going. Still losing quite a large number of my units. Armor, Rune of Negation. Hopefully should be able to use everything that I have pretty effectively. Those Grimlings Ironbreakers have completely left the field. But like I said, I don't think they have anything Vanguard deployed, so things, alright. Keep them all in the fight. Commit these to the fight. Marathi in here trying to tank it out with Grombrindle. Snorri, I guess, taking revenge for Malekith's betrayal by killing his mother first. Not that I think Malekith would be overly concerned. Alright. Hopefully this Runesmith comes back. Balance of Power's definitely in their favor. Their murderous mastery and murderous prowess has triggered. Let's keep these cannons online for as long as we can. Hopefully. I think they still just have too much in the way of ammunition for me to really effectively win this one. But I've got units who are regrouping. And as long as I've got, you know, Grombrindle here, alright. Marathi got sniped by one of the cannons. Hopefully, with that, the balance of power has definitely swung back in our favor. But this Runesmith's definitely going to get killed because he is out there with no support. Hopefully, we can try to keep these forces alive and recommit some of the ones that are coming back now. Next. Slow them down. Hopefully. And as I've done pretty much every match, let's take a shot. That was well worth it. Racking up some more kills. It does seem as though the Bleak Swords are trying to come back. Let them chase them down. One of Wolf and Steel. That cannon has routed. Let's have those quarrelers take a shot there. If I can get a nice... No, too high. Alright. still, balance of power is in my favor. If I do walk away with a W on this one, it will most definitively be a very ugly victory. But I guess you don't get style points, so... And I do believe, in the end, I am going to walk away with the win. Played sloppily in a few ways. Alright. And end the battle. Yeah, I would say the sloppiness of my play was not committing my infantry forces earlier. Those Norgrimlings, Ironbreakers just getting ripped apart. 4 kills for a, I think that's either 12 or 1500 cost unit. Just totally wasted. I mean, when you can compare that to the miners with blasting charges, 54 and 34, you know, it's no contest. I could have gotten so many more for, you know, what didn't amount to anything, mainly due to my inaction. But this cannon racking up 166 and this 81, that was definitely what won me the game. And as always, Slayer's, you know, always a good pick to have. And the gyrocopters, you know, the bombing runs, did they help? They might have weakened units enough where, you know, helping other units, but definitely needed to recommit the one gyrocopter earlier. And Grombrindle was a good choice, going toe-to-toe, routing Marathi, and then still ended up racking up 70 kills. So let's hop into what will be the 6th match in the 3 episodes of the Dwarf Quick Battles. Let's apply everything we've learned, I guess, into this last one and try to walk away with not only a victory, but a clean and well-executed victory. And like I said, for next month, the Empire, I think, sounds the best. I like the vampire counts a lot, but I think with having the campaign be vampires, don't want to overload with the vampire. You know, sometimes I think the Hammer of Characterize might be worth it, but that battle, it definitely was not, so I will not be taking it. And I think, let's go with the High King for this last one. I think the miners with blasting charges are an excellent pick. Yeah, 1,500 points. Just wasted that last round. Pretty good map. I know that this ridge right here can be a little annoying, and I believe that is the same gentleman that we just played. So if it is, then this will be the true test. He definitely knows my style, so he may pick a cavalry force or a force that would be better suited to take out that army that I had sent against him. But I think a different composition was already going to be in order. Let's limit it to 1 gyrocopter. I think that's a pretty solid front line. Miners with blasting charges. The Rangers with their armor piercing and the fact that they have stalk. So if that is the same player, kind of a taste of his own medicine using Rangers where he used Shades the last time. I think the next best one to take would be, yes, the Grumbling Guard. Mainly for this 9% vigor and the 1,000 point cost. I think having them take up the center will be helpful, especially if they're sending excuse me, anything with heavy armor. And, let's be risky and take a pretty heavy artillery force. I think that one Slayer plus the 2 Rangers in the back protecting the organ gun, the 2 cannons, and maybe not even using the gyrocopter so much to scout, but checking and making sure that there's nothing Vanguard deployed first, protecting the artillery, and depending on that artillery pretty heavily for the victory. Let's see. Hopefully I do the dwarves justice and the High King stays alive. So we'll probably set up right here around this hill in between these 2 rock formations. So this divot right here, and there'll be this divot right here, probably setting up right around here. Nice open area of fire. Have the gyrocopters scout around. Hopefully nothing gets Vanguard deployed. And even if it does, I think the Rangers, the Slayer, and the unit of gyrocopters will be more than enough to handle it. Alright, so we'll put the cannon there, a cannon here, and this organ gun a little bit farther up. And as always, try to stagger the line so that if they have, you know, Supreme Sorceress of Fire, she is unable to do things like Burning Head.
For the ancestor gods.
I think I can almost, not almost, I can shift the line a little. The only problem I might have would be this organ gun. I think it's going to have just enough of a height to be shooting over the top of my infantry. And I like right where it's at because it hits all the way to the other side of this gulch. I have Thorgrim and his Great Book of Grudges being able to apply to those units. You have the Runesmith there. And then definitely have the Rangers off to the sides for right now. The Slayer there. And the Gyrocopter. I'll start it off to the side here, but we'll definitely check the sides of the map. Actually, we'll start it over here because it's more heavily forested. So we'll scout real quick. It doesn't look like they have anything over here. They could have things directly behind, possibly. I don't think they do. And we're seeing they've got Witch Elves, Dark Shards, the Supreme Sorceress of Death. Oh, and they've got 3 Cold One Chariots. So those Cold One Chariots will be a pretty important target to take out early doors. Should be able to shift the line ever so slightly. Have the Rangers move up. And like I said, it doesn't look like they have anything Vanguard deployed, so I think I can commit those Slayers pretty early. Supreme Sorceress of Death, overcast penalty. She's on a horse, so she'll take even more damage from this Gyrocopter. Alright. See, he's got Shades again. Shit, that organ gun has now gotten out of position, which is not ideal. Let's see if we can get those slayers off to this side.
Tear them down. Gyrocopter, withdraw.
Yeah.
Bring the axe.
They will definitely be the problem.
Yes, Lord. Fight. Dwarf, ready access.
Commit the infantry.
Dwarfen legs. Shield bearers hold. Yes, Lord.
Bring this gyrocopter back, making sure that I keep as many of my units active as I can.
Fire.
Alright. Slow them down. Alright, let's see if I can get some blasting charges off here real quick. Should be relatively effective. Try to do a bombing run. The bombing runs are still just as effective with those many, or that many units as it would be at full. And let's set these guys to guard mode. Alright. We'll send the High King there. The High King will engage in combat. That organ gun's ripping apart our the Supreme Sorceress of Death. Recommit these forces. And try to trap them a bit. Thorgrim should be fine in that scrum there. Hopefully get these shades all off the battlefield. And he is withdrawn. So, though that says a Pyrrhic victory, I think that that victory was definitely definitely well earned in comparison to the last one. If that was the same player, I don't think either he didn't realize that it was the same person that he was going up against, or he has a very specific play style. But having no infantry going up against, yeah, my infantry didn't get a lot of kills, but over half my army was still alive, and I had a heavy artillery focus. Once he had lost this cold one was, I think, already routed. This one was hit by Master Ruin, Wrath and Ruin, so it was slowed. They were all getting killed. The Supreme Sorceress of Death was almost dead. The composition of this army makes less sense than the last one, and the last one wasn't great. But that will conclude the month of March, the month of the dwarf, and hopefully starting next week we will be able to take everything that we've learned about just the base, some of the base things of the game, such as micro, checking the map. We'll be able to be carried on, and then in 5 months' time, when I revisit the dwarves, hopefully I will have learned even more, and it won't be a Pyrrhic victory. It will be decisive victory, or victories like I had today with this last one, which, though it says Pyrrhic, were quite decisive. So until Friday with the next episode of the Vlad von Karstein campaign, stay healthy, stay inside, and continue to watch. Thanks.